me with that. So KHM is a good option, if that's something you want to do. But if you don't want to put any money into it, you could always start off with like Cruise Brothers. So you're not putting any money into it. And then if your business really takes off and stuff like that or whatever, then you could switch hosts. Like you could sign up with a different host agency, so that you can have more of your commission. So
because I kind of thought about going that direction just to see how it is, because I don't know how heavy I'm going to be able to get into it right away.
Yeah, so, right.
I wouldn't have to worry about having to put out any money right away, and then it would at least give me a chance to step my foot in the water and see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have nothing bad to say about Cruise Brothers at all, other than you just have to give up more of your commission. The commission split's not that great, so you just have to give up more of your commission, but but it's, there's no upfront cost for you. So, and it's great that Mike was able to do it from Canada, because Canada has some serious restrictions on things. So, so it's great that he was able to do it from there.
The other thing I could recommend to add on to what Scott said is make sure when you're working with an agency, if you have a semblance of a life where you're not on call 24/7, make sure that agency has a client support line or service that's 24/7, so that if they're on a trip and having an issue, they have a place to call for any assistance, and you're not getting calls 24/7, 365.
Right. I tell my clients, contact me whenever, right? When you call my travel line, right, after hours, you get an IVR that says, you've called us outside of business hours, but if you're a client, this is an emergency, press 1. You'll be transferred to the after hours mailbox. They leave a message. I get like 10,000 alerts that somebody left a message on the travel line. That's just what I choose to do for my clients. I choose to offer that personal service. But if I didn't, Ross is right. If I didn't, KHM has a hotline they can call, and be taken care of. So, but there's a lot of training involved too. Like most of the lines and stuff won't let you book. Let me back up. Most of them will let you book cruises when you haven't completed your training yet, but I recommend you do some level of training, just because you don't know what you don't know, right? So, but anyway, so
with yours, do you have to pay for any training?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So
see, that was one of the things that the place that Bruce had was almost $900 for. Actually, it was almost $1,000 for the training.
No, so like with my host agency, like I sign up with them. I can pay the $500 a year, or I can pay it monthly. Whose is that? Is that mine?
Yeah, Mike's. You got something going on in your room there? Yes, you.
Nope. Okay, that's not my talk back or anything, right?
Because I mute you and the noise went away. Sound like interference with radio or something like a CB.
Oh, it's probably the wife's TV in the bedroom.
Okay.
Picking up something.
Anyway, so yeah, I pay that, right? And then KHM has their own training to kind of like familiarize you with like how they do things and their CRM and stuff like that. And then they will sign you up with most of the suppliers. You'll get an email, kind of like an email with a big long list of what your username and password is for like all these suppliers. And then any other supplier you want to sign up with, you just go there and sign up on your own, and you get the information, get the login information, and then you can do their own training. So like every supplier, you do your training. So Carnival, you'll do Carnival training. Princess, you'll do Princess training. Royal Caribbean, you'll do Royal Caribbean training, all through their websites. And then you get once you've completed their training, then you can get perks and stuff. Hey, Cheryl. So you get their perks and stuff like that. Universal gives you a free 3-day ticket every year, and you can get 4 additional 3-day tickets for half off. Disney gives you a one park 1-day ticket free every year. Once you complete all of Princess's training and become a Commodore, you get a free cruise anywhere. The only thing you have to do is pay taxes and fees and gratuities. Royal Caribbean has a spreadsheet with travel agent rates. Celebrity has a spreadsheet with travel agent rates. You can, book them.
And that doesn't matter what company you work for. That's
correct.
That's what you get no matter what. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So those are like some of the things, right? So like with Princess, obviously you're only getting one cruise ever. But
It's a beast.
With Disney and Universal, you're getting it every year. Carnival did have a thing where you got a free cruise, but it was a total bait and switch. Like you did all their training, and then at the end they're like, "Hey, congratulations! To get your free cruise, now you have to supply us with 5 client bookings in the next 30 days." I'm like, so that was kind of like what I was like. I was like, so. But anyway, so yeah, but yeah.
And how's Mr. Michael Van Schaik? How's that training treating you?
It's pretty good. I've already done 5 courses with Princess already. Working on Carnival. I just got Disney today, and then I just got an email tonight for Delta vacations.
Yeah, right. Is that through Vax?
Pardon?
Vax?
Yeah.
Delta Vacations through Vax. Yeah. So that's the other thing too. So Southwest Vacations, Delta Vacations, FunJet Vacations, Universal. Well, not Universal. I'm sorry. Not Universal. Those other ones. They're all through like a conglomerate website. It's very similar to Expedia. It's called Vax, which stands for Vacation Access. So you book all those through Vax. You get all individual logins for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And the company that does Vax, actually the parent company of that everybody knows is Apple Vacations. They're based out of
right,
and they're just
right
up.
And Apple Vacations actually owns FunJet as well.
Yep.
So yeah,
their office is right up the street from me.
Yeah. So now I try not to use FunJet or Apple just because they're kind of DS. You know what that stands for. But I do use Southwest Vacations a lot. Like if I'm going to send somebody to Cancun to an all-inclusive, I'll usually try to use Southwest versus FunJet or Apple. So.
Then I also got Palace Resorts too.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hyatt, so I went to again.
Yeah. So there's a lot of training. So what I decided I was going to do, just because I had the time and the ability to do it, is I literally spent 2.5 years training every single day with every single supplier I could train with for 2.5 years. And finally, at the end of 2.5 years, I had run the entire gauntlet and had trained and completed training with every single supplier out there that I knew that I wanted to do. So that's just how I decided to do it. I was making a few bookings along the way, but not really much. And then once I was done with that, then I decided to go full steam ahead with like advertising and everything else and stuff. So, but you don't have to do that at all. You really don't. Most agents wouldn't do that. Most agents would just start booking right away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there are some that won't teach you how to put it all together. But once you put it all together, once you do your first booking, they usually have someone that will guide you through your first booking. At least from my experience. And once you see how it's done, it's pretty simplistic. You just have to pay attention to the details.
Yep. And every supplier has agent support, right? So it would be a very common and easy thing for, let's say you were going to book a Carnival cruise. You call agent support up, you know, and you would just say, "Hi, I'm Mike. I'm a brand new travel agent and I'm about to make a booking and I was hoping that you could help me." And they would be like, "Sure." And they would just like, you know, help you through the entire process, you know. And most suppliers would do that for you. Um so you'd be good.
Hey guys, how's it
Hey,
going?
good.
Hey, Jeremy.
All right.
We were just checking out the show, and congrats on the travel agent
Thank you.
thing. It's good to know that you're diving into the training head on, because you learn a whole lot about ships.
Yep.
And all of your questions that you normally ask in the chat,
Yep.
they are completely answered.
So they are.
And then celebrity, actually, we do it once a year for celebrity. So you get recertified and they give you a new badge to put on your website. So that's kind of cool.
And the other thing is, any of you that are travel agents, I was a travel agent and tour operator for 30 years. I retired from it. If you ever need advice, need some guidance, you can always reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help.
Thank you.
So, who can answer this question then? Besides, I know Scott is a full travel agent. Jeremy, you're a full travel agent now?
I specialize in cruising because I work for Cruise Brothers.
Yeah.
You know, there are some land, just a select few land vendors that we have. And, you know, it's not much on the full travel spectrum, but it's mostly cruises.
Yeah. So I am a full-time travel agency. My travel agency is called Sail Away Cruise and Travel LLC. It's all I do. I am probably about 70% cruising, 25% all inclusive, and sprinkling of Disney and everything else. So I've sent a few families to Disney and on Disney cruises, but I do mostly cruises and all inclusive.
And Mike Van Shake, what's gonna be your goal of once you do your training? What you're gonna be?
Cruises, and probably land vacations as well.
And Clock, you got any idea where you're going?
Mine would probably be cruising. Considering that's mainly what I do anyway. I mean, I do other stuff, but it's normally through my Wyndham timeshare, so I wouldn't be sending anybody on that.
So, you know, so the commission on a cruise is fixed at 16%. What I like about all inclusives is there is a cap on what commissions can be on an all inclusive vacation, but you can adjust it upward or downward. So that's one thing that I do like about the all inclusives. Like, I mean, you can't make it ridiculous, right? There is a cap. Like, if you try to go in there and like jack it like 50%, I'll be like, no. But you know, Vax is how I book most all inclusives. So
I got you.
so we'll let you jack it way up, but there is a threshold. But I do like that because you can, you know, adjust the. So right now I probably have in the pipeline, I probably have about 11 all-inclusive clients that are booked in all-inclusives between now and sometime in 2024. And I have probably around 27 clients going on cruises in the same time frame. So, you know, and I have maybe a handful of maybe like, I don't know, 5 or 6 clients that I've sent quotes to and they haven't gotten back to me yet. So, and then I just booked my very first ever American Cruise Line cruise.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah. So client called me out of nowhere, knew exactly what they wanted, where they wanted to go from, what ship they wanted to go, when they wanted to go. They just wanted somebody to book it for them. I'm like, is this for real? Like, am I being punked? I didn't have to do anything, right? They just called me and said, this is everything we want, and we would like you to book it for us. I'm like, where's my guardian angel on that one?
Right.
Lynn has a question. Are any of y'all do stuff like Frontier City and theme parks and museums?
I mean, I do Universal and Disney. So
I mean, as far as going there, I go to theme parks every year, essentially. I've been to Disney probably 40 times, and I've been to Universal several times. Only Disney World, though. I've never been to out there in California or Paris or Tokyo. Ross is the man on the Disney.
Yep.
Apparently, do you leave
So, I'm gonna
9
give
to
you guys
5
a
and
little
become
tip as a
a
traveler.
travel agent?
Yep. So, somebody let his duck out? Mike, did you let his duck out?
That wasn't me.
I've been letting out, but it doesn't sound that loud. Somebody else is having problem. Ross.
That was not me.
yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what all about.
What's that?
I think I could collect myself here.
Sounds.
No, man, parts are funny. So, little tip for a travel agent that many people aren't aware of, and Disney doesn't publicize it. If you go to Disneyland, you decide you're going to go to Disneyland like last minute, and you're not able to have enough time to get a ticket sent to you before going, you can walk up to any of the ticket booths with your travel agent ID, your IATA or CLIA card, and they will give you a 1 day, 1 park ticket, no cost, for every member of your party.
Huh.
Yep. So, little tip that many people aren't aware of.
Okay.
Bill, you okay? You good?
No, I just muted myself. I was talking and I was just muting myself. No, I'm fine. I'm just
Okay.
listening.
I thought the compound of noise got you all knocked out or something.
Oh no,
He sounds like he's going away like this. I'm like, oh, he got hit.
No, I'm looking at over here at TV and listening to hear about being a travel agent, because now I'm thinking about being a travel agent and all that other good stuff. And
So here's the other thing I want to tell you too, Mike. And I had told Canada Mike this, right, through text. Okay. So
Oh snap! We got the full roster.
Yeah,
I just noticed that.
yeah,
The
too much.
full roster is here.
So anyway, so like with Carnival has an interline rate, okay, which is for travel agents. But in my experience, that interline rate is rarely much cheaper than the standard rate or any rate that you might have attached to your VIFP profile.
Yep.
It's usually a little cheaper, but it's not a lot cheaper.
It's always way more whenever I look at it.
Well, so here's what I always find. For me, it's always just a little bit cheaper. So what I told Mike was, and it's kind of better that Mike is on here too, because I was texting it all and it gets lost in translation. And I hate that Canadians can't do video calls. So anyway, so here's the thing. I look at the interline rate. I look at whatever the best prevailing rate is for me based on my profile and stuff like that. And then I look at the commission on that prevailing rate. And if I think the commission is better on that, because you don't get commission on an interline rate. If I think the commission is a better deal, I take that. because I'm going to get the commission back on it, even on my own booking. So it's kind of like cash back, right? So that's one thing that I do. And that's how I look at it from that perspective, is that, you know, or even let's say Interline is just a little bit better, but let's say it's only better by like, I don't know, $20 or something like that. I'd say to myself, I'd rather pay 20 or $30, rather $50 more and get the commission back.
Right.
The other thing too is that on an interline rate, if I'm looking at like my sales numbers for the year and stuff on an interline rate, I don't really feel comfortable putting that in, factoring that into my annual sales, because it's, you know, me. But on a commissionable rate, I would put that in to my annual sales. So that's, you know, so it's just you have to decide what you want to do for yourself. But I rarely find that the interline rate makes more sense to me than booking on the commission. On the flip side of that is, if, you know, RC gets its head out of its, you know, where, and starts offering us some more decent travel agent rates, because they've kind of dried up right now because the ships are so full, they don't want to give those rooms up to us. So they're kind of backed off it a little bit now. But if they ever stop that and they start giving us those rates again, when they give us the rate, we don't get commission on that either. But the rate is usually really good. Like you get an 11-day cruise for $160 plus taxes and fees. I mean, really good. I mean, it's like that good, right? You know, you get a balcony for $280 for, you know, a 7-day cruise plus taxes and fees. And if you do one person, they don't charge you single supplement. So that's the other thing. I mean, not that I think you would ever cruise without Ricky, but if you ever did.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Lynn is asking if Mike is a travel agent, but which Mike? Mike Clark or Mike from Rheanna Adventure?
Well, Mike
I
from
am
Rheanna.
thinking about it.
Yeah, Mike Clock is thinking about it, and the other Mike is a travel agent. He's just a little itty bitty baby travel agent, but he is a travel agent.
And GGM creates. There's 3 mics on the panel.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm on their compliance. I got 3 mics in the panel, so.
Yep.
And then they all like almost in the middle. So I am over compliant.
There goes Blaine.
And to the mics, I say this.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
Blaine's another travel agent too. The host.
And Ross is the Mac Daddy travel agent. He's got more knowledge and more experience than us all.
He's the OG.
Yeah.
So, Scott, I actually was at an agency that was affiliated with Travel Leaders.
Yeah.
I was with Pro Travel International, which is actually the second largest independently owned travel agency. It's a subdivision of Travel Leaders, or affiliated with Travel Leaders. So what I was doing is primarily, I started in corporate, and also was doing luxury vacations, and then I moved into doing group tours to Disney resorts worldwide for schools, meeting, event planning, all of those types of things.
Yeah, I mean, I like Travel Leaders. I mean, it's a great network, you know, and they have crap tons of groups that, you know, they established lots of groups for us right off the bat, so we can get into those group rates like right away and stuff. You know, we can create our own groups, obviously, but they're a really great supportive travel network. I'm really glad that KHM is affiliated with them. So and KHM is a good host agency for the most part. There's a couple mamby-pamby things about it that I'd like to drive to Ohio and stick my foot somewhere on them, but it's not terrible, right? Like they're not terrible at all when it comes to that, you know. And I think, you know, so as long as I just accept those things about them, and then that way I don't get hung up on them. But yeah, otherwise, you know, it's a great agency. I'm really happy to be with them.
The good thing that I found out when I was with Pro Travel is I did have Sabre training, but they also provided refresher training on Sabre. Also, they
Yeah.
provided all the training on their networks and their intranet and all their suppliers, as
Yeah.
well as the industry suppliers, all
Right.
right through their intranet. And there was no fee for me to be involved with it other than giving them 20% of my commission. So I got 80%.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the normal split for KHM is 20/80 unless your commissions or your sales are high enough, and then it's 10/90/10, and my sales are high enough that I'm 90/10.
Right.
So and then the other nice thing too is KHM gives us $1 million of errors and admission coverage and stuff too for that $500. So
Yep.
that's nice too. If anything ever goes wrong, we're kind of covered on that.
Yep.
Um,
Got to have you know. You hear
Yeah.
that, Mike? Getting you know.
yeah. So I don't know what Travel Brother or Cruise Brothers does as far as that goes, but KHM gives this to us for free. Well, not for free, but it's part of our annual dues. So
Yeah. The other
But I
thing
was on
is,
when I was on an 11-day cruise this past January, there was a travel agency. She was a travel agent with me on a tour on St. Lucia, and she made a point to look at me and say, "Yes, I am a franchise owner of a Cruise One agency," and I'm like, "Oh, that's great." Now her husband was sitting in the back with me, and he looked at me and he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "During COVID, the phone didn't ring for 2.5 years," and I was like, "Nobody's phone rang for 2.5 years," but anyway. And I said to her, I was like, "That's great. I'm glad you like Cruise One or whatever." I was like, "But $9,000 a year is too much money for me."
Yeah.
In dues. I don't care how much email blasts they're doing for me or how much advertising they're doing for me or whatever. I'm never paying a host agency $9,000 a year.
No.
And that was a nice thing I had with Pro Travel is that they had a database, full CRM set up, and if nobody was assigned to a particular client that was interested in a particular segment, something that they've got, I could basically go in and claim them. But the process was you go in, you request the list of the available for the segment you're looking for, and then you can review it, see how old the data is, and then basically tell them, okay, I want mailing sent out for this, and this to this demographic, to this demographic. And I mean, I literally could order anything for Disney or the earmarked agency where they provide you stuff for free for marketing. I can request that they send the list to Disney. Disney would print it. Disney would mail it.
Right.
Our agency name right on it. And I use my own agency name, not Pro Travel.
Yeah. Right. So my agency is Sail Away Cruise and Travel LLC, a division of KHM Travel Group. Right. So, and that's my choice to tell people that I'm a division of KHM Travel Group. But I don't have to. I'm an established independent agency. They're just my host. Like people tell me all the time, like people ask me all the time. The best way I explain to them is being a travel agent is exactly like being a real estate agent. Literally. You attach yourself to a host. Real estate agents attach themselves to hosts. Remax, Coldwell Banker, whatever. So a real estate agent attaches themselves to a host, and then that host provides them access to a real estate agent to the multi-list, which is everything that's for sale. For us, host agencies that give us access to all the suppliers. And then we split commission with them at whatever percentage we're contracted to do, right? For me, it's 90/10. So it's pretty much exactly the same, only they're selling houses and we're selling vacations.
Yep.
So,
but and the other thing I loved is that every year they have a list of fam trips with the various suppliers, and you just sign up for it, and it was literally no cost to us.
Yeah. Now I haven't really taken any fam trips just because, this is gonna sound terrible, but I don't really want to travel with other agents. I want to travel with me. So
I agree.
Yeah. So and I have to travel with other agents, then, you know, and I have to be like, oh, it's so nice to see you.
And then
You
the
know,
opposite side.
yeah, you know, like, yeah,
I don't want to
that's
deal with you. You're a competitor. I don't want to deal with you. Get away from me.
exactly. So, you know, but I get calls all the time from new clients and stuff like that. You know, like I get a lot of client referrals.
Mhm.
So, and of course, that's only going to come from satisfied clients. So,
But
you
one
know,
of
so
the
I get a lot of client referrals, and
like
they're
one
just
of the
like,
things we did was, or at least I did on my end, with the Disney bookings is you book a package during a set time of period. I would offer an additional promotion on top of whatever Disney was doing. So basically, $10 for every $1,000 you book in a Disney gift card for you to use on your trip.
sure,
Now, if someone referred that client referred me to their brother who was going on there, well, guess
right,
what? Thank you for being a new customer. Here's a $50 Disney gift card for your trip.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
sometimes you
so
spend money to
yeah, I
make.
mean, like everybody does things different. Like for me, I always send clients something special. You know, like I'll send them something. You know, like
Yeah.
every client I send on a cruise, I send them something, whether that be, you know, chocolate covered strawberries or, you know, whatever. It's, you know, based on what I think I know the client wants or would appreciate, stuff like that. I always send them stuff like that or whatever. Um, you know, I mean, it's not every agent does that, but I do it. You know, it's what I like to do, or I give them extra onboard credit, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And since
So,
we're handling their personal information, we know their birth dates, we know their anniversaries, we know
yeah.
things like that. So you know
Yeah.
what? Maybe I'm taking a trip this year. I'm still going to send them a birthday card, an anniversary card.
Of course.
It's building the relationships, and
Yep. Yeah, and that's
referrals
where the
are your number
CRM
one source.
and that's where the CRM really shines too, because you know, if you take the time to put all your client information into the CRM and stuff like that, or whatever, the CRM, that's when the CRM goes to work for you, you know, because that's when the CRM sends you an email that day or whatever, or that, you know, a couple of days ahead of time or whatever, and says, oh, hey, so and so's, you know, birthday is in 3 days or 2 days, or, you know, their anniversary is next week. And
Right.
you know, it tells you all that stuff so that you can, you know, be on top of things like that or whatever.
And if your
And that,
agency doesn't offer a CRM platform, there's one out there that everybody can use called freecrm.com. Really
right.
good, really robust, and
Yeah.
you can customize it to your needs.
Yeah. And Zoho.com has a good free CRM as well. And they also have one that's a little bit more robust that I think is $1 a month, paid, you know, in advance for the year. So $12 a year for CRM. But KHM provides us a really nice CRM. It's very nice. We can process credit cards through it and everything else. It sends out a secure form to the client. They fill it out, they send it in, and it encrypts their credit card information.
Yep.
And we can only decrypt that credit card information for 3 minutes at a time, just long enough to put it into the system. So it's, you know, it's really nice, and it's included in it as well. So
CGM, a CRM means customer relationship management.
Yep. Yep. So, oh, hey, Bruce is in. Hey, Bruce.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce.
I'm looking for his
Hey,
name.
guys, what is it? It's still only dinner time where Bruce lives.
I know, right?
Why wouldn't he be in here?
That's right. So you send him the link. So hopefully he'll pop in too.
Yeah. So yeah, Bruce is a great resource for information too. He's a really good travel agent.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
I've been a travel agent since 2016. But I've been cruising since the Titanic. So so I know a lot about cruising.
Argue it's all midnight here.
Actually, speaking about Titanic, and no, it's not a joke, Eddie. So everybody's been focused on what's been going on in the North Atlantic. Did anybody know that today the Federal Food and Drug Administration has approved engineered meat for sale?
Yes, I saw that, Ross, and I was like, oh
Oh my
my
God.
gosh.
What kind of meat?
This is terrible. Engineer.
Basically, they can
Engineered.
take now and engineer it.
Like
Like
Oh,
a
my
3D
Lord.
print meat.
yeah, 3D printed meat.
What?
Yes.
What's it printed out of?
Synthetically generated meat. And from what I understand, it's very hard to tell it from the real thing. So it with a little bit of like clever doctoring or some culinary magic on it, you probably will not know you're eating 3D printed meat.
What do they print it from? Like, what is the material?
Protein strands.
Yes. Synthetic protein.
Oh my God.
And here's the thing. You know, the very first places that are going to use it are going to be the fast food places.
Yum, yum.
That's
Yes.
pretty much what they're doing now. It kind of
That's why I'm super appreciative of chickens. I really am.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jeremy, what a view!
I know, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I had to
beautiful.
turn it. I'm like, wait, it's nighttime. I can make this
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
what a
Yeah.
view!
This
Oh
is
my
awesome.
God.
Now, that's a New York minute.
Oh yeah.
Now you're really getting me all upset here.
You
Oh,
good?
Bruce.
Bruce.
now
Bruce.
talk about a travel agent. Here's
I know,
one.
right?
Look, the sun is still shining. It's still daylight.
Yep.
And here we have the Bruce, the travel godfather.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the fake meat conversation, Bruce. This is messed up.
Welcome.
We've been talking about travel agency, and all of a sudden we turn into meat stuff,
Yeah.
fake stuff. So,
Oh my God.
But listen, before we go on any further, Clock, if you are considering it, like if you are gonna, go the rest of the way and you don't want, to invest any money into it, Cruise Brothers is a good option because you're not gonna have to do that. You are gonna have to do a little bit of training. I know that a lot of host agencies will kind of frown on you being a travel agent, but only booking your own travel and not really booking client travel as well. Some are more lenient on that. I don't know what Cruise Brothers policy is on it. But I say go for it, man.
Yep.
you awake? Is he awake?
Who?
My clock.
Clock.
Yeah,
you
his
woke?
eyes aren't closed yet.
I muted my mic because my wife was had her phone on for a little while, but yeah, I forgot. My bad.
There he was, Mike in his dress.
Nice aft.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw him, Jeremy. It's
voila.
the one in the lady in the middle. That's my clock. He's dressing up for Monday morning. Bruce,
Mhm.
you missed it.
Bill, did you get that on the cruise, man?
Hey, Bruce. I got when I was in Australia.
Yeah.
Look at this view. Hold on.
So for those of y'all just joining in,
Look at that.
Jeremy and Cheryl and Bruce, you need to check out
Hold on.
Betty J on Sunday.
Make me feel even better now.
How long are you there for, Jeremy?
Until Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay. I
We got another group cruise to tell Cheryl about.
What happened?
So we have another group cruise to tell Cheryl about.
I'm hearing about that.
Nice. Come on in, Jeremy. More the merrier.
I hear you.
Cheryl, come on in.
We got a full block. I don't think we
Yep.
fit anybody else for right now.
It's the story.
Yep.
With a group of cruisers.
And
Oh,
travel agents don't
weird.
mix up. And even Rafi's here too. Rafi Visa's travel. He's also here. Blake's still here. I booked my own with Cruise Brothers. Nice.
I find that since I look at cruises all the time, it gives me an excuse to look up cruises for ourselves. You know, you just get on the travel agent, the booking engine, and just let your fingers fly. Cruising
I do that no
power.
matter what.
Cruising power is a little confusing for me, especially whenever you're trying to book a room for 5 people.
Bruce, you're muted.
Bruce?
Bruce.
Check something else out. Oh,
Oh, wrong button, Bruce.
Man,
Yep.
gotta watch those buttons.
Gee, what does this button do?
Oops.
Yeah, the cruising button.
connected. Oh,
I like it.
What's not connected?
his device. Oh, and we lost him. He's completely out. Completely out. The cruising bunch. I like that.
Ejection seat button.
Yeah. Zanny from Griswold Family Vacay here. No.
Ejection seat button.
Well, everybody, I'm going to get ready to get off of here. I'm going to still
Yep.
listen in the background.
Hi, sir.
All right, Bill.
Appreciate the invite up here.
Have a good
Everybody,
night.
have a good night, and
Hey,
I will
Bill.
talk to you soon.
Thanks for
Have a good
coming.
one.
Contribution.
See you tomorrow.
See, now
Well,
I don't find cruising power very complicated at all,
Mm.
but it will tell you, even though you have the option for booking multiple rooms, it will tell you it's recommended that you just set your search kind of up for a single room. And then whatever that comes out to, double it or triple it or whatever. Right.
Right.
I like the new Carnival Navigator versus the old Carnival website for quoting,
Mm-hmm.
because it sends you that really nice quote.
Yep.
You know, and
The
you can
quick quote is awesome.
right.
And I like Royal Caribbean's quotes too. I really do.
What I don't like about Royal Caribbean's quotes is they're really elaborate, but they don't have actual drop dead pricing like
Right.
Carnival does.
Right.
They just have like base pricing on it. Because my clients are always coming back to me and say, well, what's the price?
What's the bottom line?
Yeah,
Yeah.
With Carnival, it's like what I send you is what you're going to pay if
That's-
you book it.
that's the
before
price.
trips.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So I do like that for sure. And the worst booking engine on the entire planet is Norwegian. Sorry, Eddie.
You're not going to say anything to him? Anytime I say anything bad about Norwegian, you jump down my throat like you wouldn't believe.
That's right. It's
Seriously.
really you.
Norwegian is the worst travel agent booking engine. And on top of that, you can't even talk to Norwegian agent support except through chat. Like you cannot get on the phone and talk to an agent support rep in Norwegian. You can at every other cruise line, but you for Norwegian, you got to chat with them.
And they start a 15-minute countdown timer whenever you get into the booking engine.
Yes. Yep. It's terrible. And then you got to like, it's really like, it's almost like a graphical, if this makes any, this probably will make sense to a lot of people who don't have a computer background, but it's like a graphical AS400 interface, right? Everything, you have to really drill down into it. Like when you get to the rate code options and stuff like that, or like You know, Norwegian is running this like kind of like perpetual special right now, where you get like free drinks, free Wi-Fi, free excursions,
Yeah,
free
buy one get one there.
stuff. But when you're booking that for a client, you have to go in and expand every single one of those options and check them.
Yep.
And if you don't, they won't get it. And you can't go back and fix it later. So it's a real pain. Every time the phone rings, I'm like, please make them not calling to book Norwegian. Because I just hate booking Norwegian cruises. I have these really great clients. They live in Jersey and they sail Carnival all the time. And one time they called me and said, we want to book Norwegian. And they went on Norwegian Joy. And when they came back and said, I said, how was it? They were like, it's okay, but we will never cruise Norwegian again. I was like, oh, thank God. Seriously. I was like, thank God. I just get to book them on Carnival now.
They're kind of hard to use as a customer too, because like I had a cruise booked with NCL and I wanted to change it to a different cruise, but when I originally booked it, I booked it through a different travel agent. Well, she retired, and so I was trying to switch it over to Bruce, but they wouldn't let him do it. So then I had to get a hold of whoever her replacement was, have them cancel it, and then rebook. I mean, it was just a whole lot of hoops to jump through. I mean, I got it done eventually, but.
And there is a question for everybody in the panel. Wait, let me ask a question. Is everyone a part of or the same multi-level marketing cruise company or similar cruise rewards program that brings everyone together? And the answer is no. We're independent travel agents that just so happen to be YouTube creators that are meeting in the same panel at the same time.
Correct.
Travel agents that just so happen to be YouTube creators that are meeting in the same panel at the same time.
Who's not muted?
Just so happen to be.
Rafi, are you double screen? Hi.
Good to go now.
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore.
Okay. So I hope that answered your question, Jared.
Rafi, I haven't seen you since Vloggers Cruise.
Troy.
I know, right? I've been having some family difficulties, so I've been off for a while. Yeah. Right now, I'm settling into my new apartment, and I might as well check out what you guys are doing tonight. I just finished watching a movie, and it's like, oh, let's see what's going on the YouTube land.
And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you have grown like crazy, Lugo.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Yep.
Thank you. Working network, man. I've been hustling.
For sure.
Hello. Yeah, somebody still. You still got two windows, Rafi?
Not me. Mm-mm.
Does anyone of you remember how difficult it was to book and sell a cruise on the Sabre GTS, whatever that is?
I know, right?
Well, Sabre used to be used by American Airlines, if I remember correctly, because we had a Sabre company here in Tulsa, and that's what they did. They helped with the booking.
I just saw that too.
Rafi, that's for you.
What happened?
Welcome back. You need a place where everyone knows your name. Eddie's streaming like 15 times a week.
Yep.
Big time. Ay. Airline reservation system.
Yep.
My lord. Nope.
Yeah, that's Sabre for you. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, if anybody else have any other questions, go ahead and ask because I'm about to shut this down.
Mm.
It's midnight. It's Saturday.
It's only 11 o'clock, man. What's up?
Huh?
It's only 11 o'clock.
Neil,
In
New
your
York.
time. We have another live at 9:30 in the morning with Destination Fun.
Oh,
And
wow.
clock look like it's almost out. Clocky.
I am not asleep, man.
How come you're like this?
No.
You know the monitor there. You sure you want to go a little longer?
It was very abundantly clear that he was asleep the last
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
last. That was the last show. I never denied that one.
time.
I was very tired hours before
He's in
we
another
shut it
world.
down.
He's thinking of Sunday and what he's gonna wear. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's daydreaming about that.
Yeah.
Clock has to get his beauty sleep
Yeah, especially Saturday night for Sunday morning.
so that he looks gorgeous in that dress.
He's got to get his look together,
Yeah.
Rafi, I am eligible for super stickers and super chats. And I told him that one of the other creators that we watch is doing a tea party on Sunday, and I told her that if I get $100 in super chats tonight, I'll show up to our tea party in a dress. And,
Nice.
And that $100 came in 36 minutes.
Wow.
You should have seen him, Rafi. He blushed like, man, they called my bluff.
Hey, you know, it only takes
$100
to
is
say
$100.
something- to say something on YouTube, you know.
He's doing it for the views.
Yeah.
I bet you he's gonna get a lot of views.
I only wish I could be in there so that when Clock's feed comes on, I could go.
Wah, wah, wah.
I wish I could be in Baltimore, in Maryland, where he lives, so I could see it in person.
Hey, don't call me Baltimore. I am far away from Baltimore.
Excuse me.
I am a part of Cruz Brothers, but I usually don't book for anybody. I mean, I can, but I just do it for myself.
Right.
Like
So
I
it's
just
definitely
booked a
worth it
Disney-
just doing it for yourself.
Yeah, I just did a Disney vacation, and I make $300 on commission. So
Yeah. So
that's
some
a way
host
to get a Disney discount.
Yeah. Some host agencies don't care that you're just booking your own travel.
Yeah.
My
But
team
some-
leader.
Some will have a problem with it.
My team leader says that most of her home-based travel agents that are under her book only for themselves.
Wow.
You know,
So my host agency KHM, they actually have a disclosure, like a disclaimer that says, you could be suspended if you're only booking for yourself. Like they're not interested in agents signing up with them to just book for themselves. They're interested in agents that really want to sell travel.
right.
And that's how most host agencies will be. But, clearly it sounds like Cruz Brothers is not like that, which again makes it a really great option if you're not going to have time to sell travel to other people.
I mean, if somebody comes to me and they want to buy, yeah, sure, But I'm not like, I don't want to be hours on the phone. You know what I mean? It's just too much work.
Right. I mean, that for me, it's my business, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a full-time, legitimate, incorporated travel agency. I advertise.
Exactly.
I have client referrals. It's what I do. So
whenever it's what you do, I mean, you
Yes.
know what you're getting into. But when you do it as a side hustle or
yes, right.
It's a little bit different. You don't want to spend hours of the day doing that.
Well, like most of my advertisements are Virgin Voyages, and I always include my Let's Go Book link so that they can follow it. And even if they want to book it themselves, I still get credit for it because of that link.
Right.
So that's why I'm pushing Virgin.
Yep. So, and that's the other thing too. Some host agencies, like for instance, like Expedia Cruise Centers, right? La Lita Loca, Jenny, who's Tony's wife, she's a travel agent, and her host agency is Expedia Travel Centers, right? So, for instance, she has a website that actually has an Expedia booking engine on it. So if somebody goes to her specific website and books a cruise, she gets the commission. My host agency does not provide a online booking engine.
Yeah,
So
I had one before with the IntelliTravel.
Yeah,
and I had a website.
Yeah,
but you had to
I
pay
have a
like
website, but I don't have an online booking agent.
you had to pay like $15.95 a month. So it's like,
Right.
whenever
They're
you're
pretty
not booking, I mean, it's nice, but it's not.
Yeah. Right.
Ladies
So,
saying,
like right during, I think either right before the pandemic or right, like kind of like in the middle of I think it was right before the pandemic, right before the shutdown. My host agency, what it used to be is if we did personal travel and we put our personal travel into the CRM, all we had to do is drop a list down, drop a list box down, because it would say personal travel, yes or no, and it would default as no. We would just drop it down and say yes. And if we did, then they would give us 100% of that commission. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they were like, oh, by the way, all personal travel is subject to a $25 service fee. So I basically, I looked at most of my bookings and what the $25 fee would be versus the, not, and just kind of went like this to them about the $25 fee. But I did reach out to the head commission agent and I said to her, listen, her name's Karen. And I said, Karen, listen, just level with me. Is there some extra administrative fee attached to managing personal commissions versus, client commissions that I'm unaware of? Or is it just a damn money grab? And she beat it around the bush about it with me. So then when she did that, in her response to me, I responded back and said, okay, so it's a money grab. All right, thanks for the information. Because that's what it is, right? It's total money grab. So for me, I refuse to participate in the money grab. So when I have personal travel in the CRM, I do not mark it as personal. Because I refuse to participate in the bullshit money grab. So I just let them have whatever commission they want on it. I mean, because here's the thing, in a lot of times, in a lot of cases, the $25 is going to be less than the split, than the 10% split. But there's a principle for me. So I just don't do it.
Bruce says TPI still gives 100% commission on personal travel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, KHM still gives here's the thing, Bruce. They still list personal travel as 100%, but then they have this $25 service fee on it. So it's kind of crap.
Let me see. GGM Create says, but does that go against your contract? I'm not actually sure.
Hey, Raffy, did you get one of these on your door on the Vloggers cruise?
I don't know if I did. Let me check.
We can't hear you, Eddie.
Mike wants to know because he wants to make sure that you got his.
Let's see. Destinations delight.
Eddie, do you see that message in the chat asking for a link?
The duck
Oh,
is
I don't think so.
a little duck.
Sorry,
you got
no.
cool. Like,
Oh, wait a second. Is this candy? Ooh. I didn't know I had candy here.
there was candy in some of them bags. Did you do the door chain exchange?
Ooh, look at this. Caramello koala.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I ate mine right away.
I wonder, is this Australian? Oh yeah, made in Australia. Oh my goodness. Let's give it a taste.
Okay, let's try it.
Look cute. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
Haven't checked that since the.
It's 6-month-old chocolate. Actually, it's probably a year by now.
It's pretty good.
I gotta get my manicure before Sunday.
I still have all my bracelets on.
Get some lean press on nails.
I got the positive
Oh no,
vibes.
listen, Bruce, Ed, he's got to go all out, right? We're talking a wig, makeup, nails. Yes, the whole 9 yards, clock. And you have to sit in that back chair where you put Ricky all the time so that we can see more of you.
I told you that's another 50.
We said that earlier.
My
Flat
shoey.
flipper.
It's my shoey.
That'll fit.
That's from the happy cruising cruise. Shoey.
I started going through one of my bags the other day from the Vloggers Cruise and totally forgot I had all that stuff.
Yeah, she may.
I'm not sure about the audio is messing up on my side. Does anybody else hear that?
Yeah, I got an echo.
The echo.
It's very distant though for me, the echo. But I still hear it. Oh man, these are good. I can't believe I didn't try this first.
I'm not sure what I'm not like, is that a question about what contract? Like, can you clarify that question?
I think she's wondering if you have a contract for operating on the your companies.
I mean, I have a contract, but I mean, if you're saying am I required to mark personal travel as travel and then pay them their BS $25 service fee? Even if I am, I'm never doing it. You know. I mean, they don't scrutinize my bookings anyway, you know, so.
You're just hearing things, Blaine.
No, there is an echo. You probably have StreamYard.
No. That's Blaine hearing things. That's probably his wife jumping on his ear.
Well, yeah. Who knows? All right. Anybody else want to make any other questions? Go ahead, please. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping this up. GGM wants to know. Two pumpkins.
Yeah.
Taco Bell. Blaine said he had Taco Bell earlier.
Yeah, this was more of a shot than a chewy.
Oh, Cinderella slipper.
Yeah, Alice a Cinderella slipper.
Yep.
I saw you drinking out of it. In one of the, I think on if he's celebration or something. You were popping the sangria. Nothing.
Yeah, I
came from the
drink out of
blogger.
that in one of the blogs, and I also drink out of a regular shoe with Narik and Los Nancy on the Fiesta Americana Condesa blog from
Are
Cancun.
you
They're
a
inclusive.
little bit too much?
How many
You got
of Nancy shots did you have before you started drinking out of the shoe?
Oh, I don't need a shot before I drink out of a shoe, man. Mm-mm. I put it on my soccer cleat and down the pipe it goes. If it's good liquor, it will kill all the bacteria.
You got that right.
I'll
Yeah.
take your word for it.
I drank out on my drinking days. I used to drink of some weird stuff. So who knows?
Tell us how old that cleat is. Oh my goodness. I gotta say probably 20, 25 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what are you eating?
Pop-Tarts.
Because I wore it when I was playing college. Well, on my 30-year reunion is coming up. So yeah, we're around 20, I would say 28 years old.
Jeremy, check the private chat.
Hold on.
It says
It was on your end.
Yeah. Oh.
Look, it's 16. It's 16 after midnight.
You hear that in New York.
I know, right?
No down here, but in New York you might hear that.
Like that's happening. Then clock all of a sudden opens his eyes. He's like, "Hey, will somebody get the door?" The FBI.
Yeah.
No, I just had the Bud Files, and cruising is fun anytime. Oh, here we go. I see it. Thank you, good sir.
Yeah. Is that the one that I mentioned to you?
See.
Yeah.
Duh. I have to research all the.
Well, and I was surprised I even saw it because I don't see like more than half of the stuff that you guys see.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why. I mean, it does tell you, right? You may not see everything when you're not the one like initiating the panel, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get to see everything.
So this I just washed this today. So these are gonna be my cruising pants. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, there's a couple upside down.
Yeah, there's a couple upside down.
Oh,
So they're short, so it has easy access. But yeah, Megan Morris actually sent me those. She got one for Nick, and she sent me she saw me a pair.
Okay.
So that was kind of nice of her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Bruce says it's 9:16 there and it's getting late.
Yawn.
man.
Yeah, but you know what, Bruce? It's not too late for this.
See what it is? He has to take care of Gotham, being Batman. So that's why he's yawning now, because he should have been in bed. Later, around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, he's gonna be out there running around, looking for vandals.
For vandals, okay.
So that's why he has to go to bed early. That's Bruce Wayne.
Oh.
Batman.
Did you watch The Flash? I watched The Flash yesterday. It was actually pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a little weird, but I enjoyed it.
So I joined somebody's live stream, video gamers live stream yesterday, and they had the movie in their background.
The Flash?
Yep.
Really? Wow.
I don't
Talking
know.
about copyright.
Yeah, I watched it for 20 minutes.
When I was stuck indoors for days in Virginia, I binge watched so much stuff on Netflix. It's crazy. I ended up watching on Amazon Prime. I ended up watching the entire first season of this new show called Reacher.
Oh yeah, great show.
Yeah, I seen that.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it was a really good show. I was surprised how good it was.
Yeah, they're thinking about doing the second season.
Yeah, they're already post production.
Yeah,
season number 2.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's not filmed here in Georgia, like he says.
Night.
Well,
Night
it's like
Long
Tulsa King. Tulsa King is no longer filming Tulsa.
Oh,
what do you say, Clock?
I want to tell Ross thanks again for the super chat.
Well,
Yeah, thanks again, Rob. Yep, that was awesome. He really got us there.
Yep, he's still in. The bots won't catch the movie and copyright strike the stream because the streamer is in the foreground. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Eddie, I cannot believe this. Today, right before I left Virginia, I was like going through stuff on my laptop and I noticed I got this notice in YouTube Studio, and it said there are 2 videos out there that are using your content. And I was like, oh, and I clicked on it and it took me to our morning show.
Yes.
And it said it said both of them were from Eddie Lugo Studios, and it said that they're using 100% of my content.
Yep, I got that too.
Oh, you did?
Because we're all streaming. Because we're all streaming together.
No, I know that, right? But the reason why I'm mentioning it is because I was half tempted to strike you just for like the shock and the awe of it, and then cancel the strike.
Oh my God, that's terrible!
Don't do that.
Because I was
Don't
going to
do
do
that.
it. Seriously, I was
strikes are hard to take out.
Just to just to shock you or whatever, and then I was going to withdraw.
YouTube doesn't like that.
No, and then I was going to withdraw.
Oh my God!
But no, you're right. They don't. So I would never do it. But it was funny. I did think about it for a moment, just as a joke, right?
Keep talking more.
Keep talking. He wants proof of it.
Just watch it later, man. 2 hours and 20
I
seconds.
saw it too, and it says something about if you want to follow up or listen to it. I'm like, I don't know. Once I see
what I thought was funny about it, we've been doing this for a long time now, kind of, right? And why is it just now and it's only 2 videos?
Well, the bots
recently, penitized, so it's gonna.
Oh yeah, well you're right. Yeah.
Oh, you just got monetized?
Yeah.
Last week. Yeah, last week.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm beginning to collect some pennies now.
Well, wait a second. Is it because they drop it to the 500, or is it because you reached the 4,000?
No, he actually made the regular one.
Yeah.
So you did get the 4,000 watch hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what sucks. Getting 4,000 hours, it sucks.
Yeah,
Rafi, we weren't kidding when he said that he does 15 lives a week.
Right.
Yeah.
he wanted those watch hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even my wife said to me, "When does Eddie sleep?" I said, "I'm not sure."
I take naps here and there.
It's in the middle of the day. I actually woke up Eddie.
Oh yeah, the other day.
Well, I know because I was walking around the ship after midnight. Here comes Eddie. Just
Yep.
Jeremy, don't do any more videos from in front of that fountain because the water is drowning you guys out. I need like a bullhorn on my ear to hear you guys.
I don't think it's a month. Wait a minute. When you're flying back Tuesday
Tuesday.
Yeah.
afternoon.
So, what cruises do you guys have that sooner?
You have time.
I have a cruise in on Thursday. I'm going on
Wow.
Liberty of Seas. It's a
Nice.
9-day out of Bayonne, and Booze Cruise is in October 29th.
Yeah, I'll talk to another word. I don't know.
Oh, so you're not on the non-group cruise.
No,
I'm not cruising to the fall until I can find something that I want to do in the meantime.
I don't cruise until May 6th on the celebration.
okay.
Yeah.
Next year?
September 2nd on the Mardi Gras is our next one. Is we're at 70 days out.
Yeah, I got September.
Yeah, but I only have 49 days out to go to Disney, though. So that's nice.
Okay.
Have a good night, Bruce.
August 11th. If anybody is in Florida,
sir.
I'll be there August 11th.
August 11th. That's in the middle of heat.
Yeah, I'm not sure which park it's gonna be because I get there about 11. I land at 11, so I'm not sure which park will be wise to go. But yeah.
Yep.
Been before, right?
Now
I'm sorry?
You've been to Disney before?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have three days to go to 3 parks. So one has to be strike out. So I'm not sure which one I'm striking out yet. Probably Epcot because it's under construction, but there's
They
a
have
lot
the
of
new
things-
Tron
good
roller
things in
coaster there,
Epcot.
too.
There's a lot of good things in Epcot, though.
Yeah, that Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster is awesome.
Oh, is that in Epcot?
Yep.
Oh, well, then that one is in. Sorry, Sorting Garden or whatever. Animal Kingdom. See you later.
Yeah. My
last
son
year-
There's no
is
way.
a
There's
roller
no way I'm
coaster.
not going to the Star Wars thing. That one is gotta be a day. That
I
one was
used my
fantastic.
2022 free ticket for MGM, and yes, I know it's not called MGM anymore, but it will always be MGM to me.
Oh, yeah.
That one was fabulous. That Star Wars land. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was incredible. So we scored a oh, what the hell do they call them now? Lightning Lane or something like that, or whatever, for the
Oh
rise.
yeah, one of those that you
for the
have to
rise of
play
the
the
resistance.
genie. Now you
Yeah,
have to
well,
do a genie to pay more to get on a ride
Right.
that you already
Yeah,
paid
we didn't do
$50
that, but
to
I
get
think
in.
we got we didn't do that, but I think we got a Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance. But it was like at the end of the night, right? It was like at the end of the day, so we had to wait like all day to do it. But it was worth it. It was a really great ride.
Oh yeah, the Rise of the Resistance, amazing.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head out. Y'all have a good night.
See you later, Jamie.
See you in the morning.
Wait,
We just need trips or parks. Hawaii, Florida, 425.
425 Florida. Wow.
Ouch. That's a lot of trips.
He spent some serious money with Disney.
Oh, yeah.
I refuse to do it anymore. Like I do my free day every year if I'm going to be down there. I refuse to give them money for like a full scale trip. I just won't do it.
The reason why I'm doing it is because I canceled a Disney cruise and I had everything on a Disney gift card.
Right.
So it's pretty much for free.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's like $2,000, but it's already on gift cards. So
Yep.
I'm going back down to Disney in 25 because Epic Universe will be open for Universal Studios.
Right.
And I'll hit that park and then maybe one of the Disney parks.
Right. Yeah, and the only reason why I do Universal again is because I get the free ticket. It's a 3-day hopper ticket.
nice.
and then
because of the travel agent. Yeah.
And then I buy the second 3-day hopper ticket for half off. The last time my wife and I went there, that she came with me. And now I was there last year, but she didn't come with me. She didn't come down till the end of the week, and we just went to Hollywood Studios. But I went there. That ticket was $180, but now this year for 2023, the half off ticket is $222. That's half off. So kind of crazy. I mean, it doesn't compare to Disney prices, but it's still kind of pricey.
Yeah, it's like for 3 days for 4 people, just regular parks for 3 days was $2,100.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I said, I get the free ticket, and then I get a half off ticket for her if she wants to go. But usually she doesn't want to go, so I get the free ticket and I go myself.
It sounds to me like it's worth just. Well, Cruise Brothers doesn't do the Universal stuff, right?
No, they do.
Yeah, you can do anything. Yeah,
they
it's
do.
a travel agency.
So I would get the free park hopper from them too.
You just have to do the training.
Yeah.
So you do the Universal training, and then every year you have to do the updated training, and you log in so it knows it's you, and and you do the training, and it it marks it complete.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it's complete, you can go into the perks tab and request the tickets. They have to be requested within requested a minimum of 14 days from the date that you're asking for it. So when you go in to request them, it has to be a minimum of 14 days out from that current date.
Yeah.
But yeah, you request it. You submit it, and it takes a day or two or whatever, and you'll get a confirmation email that, hey, it's been approved, and here's the confirmation email. And then you show up to the will call desk at Universal and show them the confirmation ticket, and they print it out, and you're in.
It seems like that's worth it just right there.
Yeah, the only thing you pay for is parking.
Sounds to me like I'm a travel agent.
Yeah. So you get that, and then like for Disney, same thing. You have to, do the updated training every year in the Disney College of Knowledge, and then you submit the request through the travel agent portal for the free ticket. You pick the day you want to go and which park, and they approve it, and they send you the e-ticket, the voucher, and then what you do is you go to either the park, or what I do is I go to Springs, to the Disney ticket office at Springs, and show them that, and they give me the ticket.
Yep. It's a lot easier. I've done it before there too. That way you don't have to mess with it when the day of when you go to the park. You can have it already done and over with.
Yeah, so that's what I do, and then they give me the ticket, and then I put it in the app, and then I just go to the park.
I have a feeling I'd enjoy doing the Disney thing anyway, because I really like Disney.
Yeah, but it's just a 1-day, 1-park basic ticket from Disney, but the Universal one is the 3-day hopper. So what you need the hopper in order to do the Hogwarts,
training,
which is nice that they give you the hopper. So, and then you can get up to 4 additional 3-day hoppers at half off, and you request them at the same time. And I think those are pretty much approved right away. And then you get their approval for it, and then you get the email for them. And then when you show up at the park, you have to pay for them. And then they give them to you.
Nice.
So,
okay.
But yeah, so it is probably worth that. Maybe, if you look at it from that perspective, probably worth it.
I mean, Disney's $130 a day now. So
right.
Even if I get one ticket, that's $130 it's saving me.
Right. So on Royal Caribbean, in addition to the spreadsheet that has the discounted prices, on Royal Caribbean, if you keep updated on that, you get one $50 OBC per year and one surf and stream internet package per year.
Woo!
Okay.
So, and you have to request those two within 2 weeks. So you can't request it months in advance. And if it's less than 2 weeks from your sailing, they won't give it to you. But so what I usually do is wait till like it's literally like on like the 15th day or something like that before the sale day or whatever, and I submit the request. And then I get a confirmation email. And then when I get on the ship, I'll have the complimentary internet, and I'll have $50 because you have to give them your booking number. So then I'll have the internet and the $50 of OBC, and I get that every year for free as well from Royal. So, and
Okay.
Carnival doesn't give me anything. So you don't get anything from Carnival.
You're right, Blaine. You and me, buddy.
Hey, Blaine, it's not that we're too manly for that. I can't afford a Disney cruise.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot afford it now after I just used all my Disney credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been interested. You know, maybe if I had grandchildren or something like that, I would
It's
want
wonderful.
to.
The cruise is wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is. I mean, I'm just not interested in it without having little kids to go on it with. You know,
Right.
as an
There's
adult,
adult areas. There is places you can go that you don't even see a kid anywhere.
Yeah, right. So, but like even when my kids were little, we went on Royal. We sailed Royal exclusively when they were little.
But if you like the characters, Disney Cruise is the way to go, because you don't have the long lines like in the parks. I mean, you have lines, but they go quick, and you get to meet the princesses. They get all together. You can see them all at once. It's great.
Blaine, I'm kind of the same way. I really enjoy going to Disney and all. So I'm not
Blaine,
totally.
August 11th. Come with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of great trips to Disney. I've had a lot of good times at Disney when my kids were younger and stuff like that. And even my wife and I went a couple of times, you know, a few years ago, you know, just the two of us while we were down there or something. But now the way the pricing is and the way like fast passes went away and you have to buy that stupid Genie Plus, and people have to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning or like 6:58 and be ready there to hit it at 7 o'clock on the nose so that you can get one of the Genie Plus things or whatever, like, you know, at 3 o'clock that day, if you're lucky or something, or 7 o'clock that night, and you did it at like 7. I'm like, that's too much. The money's too much. All that trouble is too much. I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. I get the free travel agent ticket every year, and when I'm in Orlando in October for a cruise, because I definitely take a cruise every October. I'm in there. I go. I enjoy it, and I'm done. And I don't do anything else with it.
No, you're totally right. I mean, it's too much BS right now on this.
Yeah,
too much. I mean,
and when they brought the last CEO, when they brought him back, you know, they were like, oh, they brought him back because the guy they put in there or whatever for like the year or whatever was like, you know, screwing everything up. They said, but then they brought him back. I mean, what did they? I mean, it's still just pricing. It's just, you know, I have a threshold. It's not about affordability for me. It's about principle. I have a threshold for everything with the cruise lines, with everything, right? You know, when I was on our live the other day and I looked at the inaugural sailing, a 3-day sailing on Utopia is over $3,000 for an interior cabin for 3 days. I'm like, I refuse. I just will not give the money whores that kind of money. I just won't do it. Just won't do it. So,
Yeah, they sent me a casino offer. Norwegian did. Free casino offer. Yeah, free my butt. I
Yeah.
called them. I end up paying $650.
Yeah.
So I canceled it and I got the carnival celebration for 7 days for $400.
Yeah.
Paying it outright.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
See, I don't ever spend enough money in the casino to get those casino offers, right? So, because I think you have to spend big bucks in the casino in order to get those casino offers.
Yeah, I did spend quite a bit on Norwegian, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I just
They
don't
almost
spend
didn't let me go out of the cruise because my credit card was to the limit.
like I get casino offers, but I think any person who gets like a legitimate casino offer would not consider the casino offers that I get to be a casino offer because they're still really expensive. So, but I see some people that, you know, like Bill Armstrong, he was talking about how Carnival sends him these casino offers where they're basically paying him to cruise.
Wow.
Because it's like he actually said that on his live the other night. He was saying that he pays like zero plus $500 of OBC.
Yeah,
Like,
I get those too. You get like $500 to gamble with. You get like $200 onboard credit. They'll throw in the drink package. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I need offers like that because mine are like I get this casino offer that says I get this offer from Carnival that says $1,250 off the casino rate plus $250 of onboard credit plus drinks on us while you're gambling, right? Like while you're actively playing in the casino, right? So then I use that rate code and I go in, and the cruise is still like $2,000.
Seagull eating a squirrel.
No, mine was legit free, but all the taxes and fee end up being $650. So it's not free.
Yeah. Yeah, well, mine's far from free. Mine's like $2,000 plus taxes, fees, and gratuities.
And it was liquor included too. So I mean, it was kind of nice, but still.
And those drinks on us while you're in the casino. Yeah, good luck trying to flag down the two waitresses or the two, waiters in the casino who will like come by like once every 3 hours and take your drink order and then come back an hour later with your drink.
On Royal, I just go straight to the bar. And
see, on Carnival you can't.
Yeah.
You can't go to the bar. You can only buy you can only get the drinks from the floor waiters. You can't get the drink at the bar in the casino.
But on some of the offers, they'll actually throw in the drink package.
Yeah, that's what Norwegian did. They put the whole thing.
Clock, did you just get another sticker?
I did not. It's something else.
Somebody got a super chat.
He said, "Cheers, Eddie."
I think you're muted.
Oh, thank you, Billy. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes. Very good.
I was thinking, oh, there's another $5. That's got to be at least worth the wig.
I told you, 50, and I go back in the chair.
No, that's not gonna happen, puppy. I saw the super chat.
Yeah, but I don't ever get any casino offers from Royal, just Carnival.
Yeah, and I have I got a casino offer from Royal one time, I think. Yeah, one time.
So Royal's casino offers go from April to March 31st. That's their year.
Gotcha.
So based off that, where your cruises are throughout the year, you can add them up. So this year I did one in April. Then I got Icon, and I have this one coming up next week. So I'll be able to do 3 cruises. So I'm trying to Trying to see if I can get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play a little bit in the casino each time.
I cannot wait for them to have better ships in Galveston, so I can drive there and not have to fly to a port. Because 14-hour drive is okay, but
Yeah.
driving to Florida is not fun.
Yeah, so for me, it's only an hour to Baltimore, but they have the smallest ships there because there's a couple of bridges that they have to go under from there, so they can't get a big ship under the bridges. So for me, I tend to not sail from Baltimore just because they're older ships, and I like the newer, bigger ships. So a lot of times for a newer, bigger ship without flying, I have to sail from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Galveston is getting a couple of big ships.
Yeah.
Once they finish.
I think one of the icons is going to end up being down there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, I know they're getting Harmony of the Seas.
So yeah, I mean, I will go just for the Harmony. I mean, I've never been on one of those classes. I've been on the Navigator and I've been on the Mariner. So, and they're both, big, but they're not that big.
Right.
Yeah,
I know. I love Maravilla, and I love that Maravilla's in New York, but I hope that they switch Maravilla out for another big MSC ship in New York, just so we have some variety. Especially
if
after I
go there, then World America should be able to go there at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think in New York they should be able to get pretty much any ship. I mean, if you can get an Oasis class ship,
you're not going to get Icon
Verrazano, then you can get anything.
Yeah, Icon won't go up there.
No, probably not Icon. But I mean, like you can get. I mean, they bring Oasis up to Bayonne, and it has to sail under Verrazano, right? Which is really the only bridge.
So
I'm thinking.
I didn't realize it, but Law Jones told us in the chat one day, and I kind of looked at it through one of my videos. You know the smokestacks on the top of Oasis class?
Yeah.
Retract to go underneath the bridge.
Yes.
And then they go back out.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I was aware of that. So, but Verrazano is pretty high. Like it's a pretty high bridge to begin with, right?
Oh,
so, it's not like the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. So,
oh, I can beat you.
To that star. You can beat me, but you cannot beat me with my next one. I'm sure.
Where's yours, Eddie? Where's your Stormtrooper mask?
What are you looking for?
Let's see what you got.
So this?
You wear that on Sunday.
Yeah, you have to wear that on Sunday, Clock.
Or do
with the dress.
the gold.
No,
that seems better.
No, I think this. Wait. I think this. One second.
Nope. I got one better.
Without the tub.
There we go.
On my teeth. It's Goofy with Mater.
Oh.
The real thing right here. No, and ears. Crapola.
Yeah, unfortunately, all my Star Wars stuff stay at the house, so I don't have any of my Star Wars mask or anything. I got a Chewbacca mask. It's pretty cool.
Let's call the FBI and let's go over there and pick it up.
I know, right?
Is that how do you say that? Rally creative travel? I personally do not expect cruise prices, especially with Royal Caribbean, to drop like ever again. They are through the roof, and they are too accustomed to that, and they have this new mentality that they would rather cater to the people who are willing to pay it than to drop prices and allow more people to get on a cruise. I can never see those prices moderating down. I of course could be wrong, but at this point, demand is too high for them to even consider lowering it, and I don't
Well, there's
see
a
that.
theory that everybody's coming to the close of all their money that their future cruise credits are about to all expire, like at the end of this year or whatever. So once you get all that, then everybody be using their own money, and it may slow down a little bit.
I mean, the only way, the absolute only way the cruise lines are ever going to start dropping prices is if demand falls off sharply. If it falls off, if it does not fall off sharply, they are never dropping it. Like I said, I have my own personal private nickname for the cruise lines in general. I call them the money whores. You know, they will do anything for a buck. You know, it is, you know, I mean, look, they'll form 16 shell companies, okay, all registered in some, you know, third world, you know, jungle.
Yeah.
So, and register all their ships to it and everything else, you know, and fight people tooth and nail in federal court in Miami and everything else to not have to pay a nickel or be liable for anything or ever do anything. All for the pursuit of a dollar. So there's absolutely no way they're going to say, oh, hey, let's lower prices unless they absolutely have to in order to get people on board. So.
Yep. You're completely right about that. So
well, they probably drop the prices on like the weekend cruises so the booze people can go to them.
I mean, like when I was looking at the Utopia prices, right? Like I said, over $3,000 for the 3-day inaugural. Then I picked the sailing right before yours, the 4-day sailing right before or right after yours clock. Randomly, I hadn't even known what your dates were yet. I just randomly picked like the 16th of September or something like that. And an interior cabin was $1,200, right? Which is way better than $3,100 and change, but $1,200 for a 4-day cruise is still kind of pricey in my opinion. You know, like two people in an interior cabin, $1,200, really?
So
you know?
I look at it this way. Granted, you can't go because you can't judge it fully because the ports are different, and you're going to have to go back. As far as me doing a 7-day on it, doing this back to back, I normally spend about $2,100 for 2 people in an interior cabin on an Oasis class ship.
Right.
So, and that's just a normal Oasis class ship.
Right.
So if you're paying $1,200 for the 4-day, and you're getting one for $900, then it's $2,100. It's still the same price as a normal one, but you aren't getting the extra ports that you normally would, and you got to deal with coming back to the cruise port, getting off the ship, and then getting back on.
Yep. Yeah, so like when my wife and I took that 11-day on Anthem this past January, we were in a balcony cabin, 11 days, $1,500.
Yeah.
But we booked it 1,000 years ago. So that was why we got it so cheap. We booked it a long time ago. So.
Yeah, I mean, I had that Northeastern cruise last year. I booked it way ahead of time. And it was going to be a 9-day cruise, and they kept dropping the prices on it. So I think when my final price on it was like $1,058 for 2 of us for 9 days. Now, of course, my wife, when we get up there, she tests positive for COVID, so we couldn't go on it. So then I booked 2 weeks later, the same exact cruise, it was $2,100. So I lost big time on that one.
Yeah, right.
Because they wouldn't let me just transfer my cruise. They would only refund me the $1,000, and then I had to pay full fair price for the next one.
Right. Well, see, then my wife and I ended up getting COVID on our 11-day cruise.
Well,
So-
I mean, that's the funny thing is, like, when she got it, I stayed with her, hoping that I would get it, so I didn't have to worry about it. We stayed in the same bedroom, everything. Didn't change anything.
Yeah.
I got a little cough one day, so I'm like, okay, I must have picked it up. Because the couple times that I've had COVID already, it wasn't much to it because I've had all my vaccines and everything else like that.
Right.
We get on the ship, and like I said, our cruise was 2 weeks after she got rid of the COVID.
Yeah.
We do the 9-day cruise, and I picked COVID up the last day when we were getting off the ship. So I didn't get it from her because I guess I was immune to that strain or whatever.
Gotcha.
But I got it from somebody else getting off the ship.
Yeah, I mean, like, we don't, who knows, where you get it from, right? Because, the way life is and stuff, who knows where you get it from. But my wife was sick first. The first day we were home, the next day, like, we got home that day, went to bed that night, got up. The next day we got up, she had a sore throat.
Yep.
She went to her mother's because she goes to her mother's house on Sundays and spends the day with her mother. She goes to her mother's house on Sunday, comes back. Next day, Monday, she's like, okay, I'm really sick today. I'm going to take a COVID test. Takes a COVID test, positive, right? So that's Monday now. I feel fine. Kids feel fine. The next day, Tuesday, I woke up. I knew I was sick. Like, I wasn't terrible, but I knew that I wasn't fine. Wednesday, I thought I was going to die. Thursday, I thought I was going to die. On Thursday, I got Paxlovid. So within a day or two on Paxlovid, I felt way better. But I'm on an immunosuppressant, so I was sicker than everybody else. Tested negative and was done within a week. So the kids end up getting it and stuff then too, right? They all test negative and are done and feel fine within like maybe a week and a half tops. For me, 3 weeks in, not only was I still testing positive, but I still felt sick, like really felt sick. So it ended up taking me like 5 weeks to completely test negative and feel like I wasn't sick anymore. So
yeah, I got COVID in Punta Cana, in Dominican Republic. So they gave me another week at the hotel for free, but I couldn't leave the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those 7 days were awful. I mean,
Yeah.
at night, I didn't want to go to sleep because I felt like I was going to stop breathing and die.
Yeah.
It was just, horrible.
Yeah, so for me too, like, and I had Paxlovid rebound. Like, we all got Paxlovid, but nobody had Paxlovid rebound but me. But I had Paxlovid rebound, and like by the time I'd taken my last, you take it for 5 days. By the time I had taken my last dose of Paxlovid, within 2 days of taking that, I felt as bad as I did the very first day I was full blown sick. And I called my doctor.
Danny, what's going on, buddy?
They were like, and he was like, you've got Paxlovid rebound. I'm like, that's great. So now, hopefully I never get it again. I've heard of people getting it 3-4 times, right?
I've had it 4 times.
Yeah. See, I've had it once, and I
probably got it once, but I didn't know it was COVID because it was before COVID. But I think it was COVID, and then I got it in Punta Cana.
Yeah, my first time was before it really. It was in the February of 2020 before they were really diagnosing everybody with it.
Yeah.
But when I went to the doctors, like I live 6 miles from where I was working at. It took me 35 minutes to drive 6 miles. I felt so bad. I got home. I had my son take me to the emergency room at 104-degree temperature.
Wow.
They took me back there, took my did all my stuff. They yelled at me for not taking any Tylenol, dropped the fever, and it was put down as a unknown strand of the flu, and that was like the worst feeling. But that only lasted for like 2 days. But then that last time I had it, when getting off that 9-day cruise, I had something in my lungs that didn't want to clear for like 2.5 months.
Wow.
It wasn't like it was like I was feeling sick or anything. It's just I kept constantly coughing stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which, like, my wife and I, we think we had COVID before, like before they knew what COVID was, right? Because we got really super sick, the two of us at the same time, and like we had trouble breathing. Like our lungs were full of stuff. We would wake up in the middle of the night gasping for air and stuff like that. And we had crap in our lungs and stuff like that. And it lasted for like 3 or 4 weeks. But COVID wasn't even, now in hindsight, like in retrospect, and you look at that, when we had that was when COVID was running rampant in China, and China wasn't telling anybody it was happening.
Yeah.
And then they said that they think that it was still circling the globe then, but since China didn't tell anybody about it and nobody knew what it was, they just thought it was a seasonal allergy. Like a seasonal illness, right? Like flu or something like that. Nobody knew it was like this, new thing. So we really think we had it then too, but obviously there would have been no way of knowing. And then if we did, we think that's one of the reasons why we went almost the entire pandemic without having it, without ever getting it, because we had already had it and we had some immunity. Plus we were getting vaccines and stuff. And then that would have worn off over that entire 2.5, 3 year span. And then we end up getting it in, January of this year again, right? Because completely different strains like that. So hopefully we never get it again. I saw this thing. There was this woman, this psychic or whatever, that did these predictions and stuff, and she wrote this book in I don't know, like in 2010 or 2011 or something like that or whatever. She had predicted back then that this flu-like illness would show up around the year 2020, and then it would disappear and then come back 10 years later and then disappear again forever. And then a flu-like illness showed up in 2020, COVID. So I thought it was interesting. I forget her name. She was some famous psychic or something like that or whatever. I forget her name. She wrote a book about it, and it was actually in her book from 2011. So pretty crazy. If you believe in stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we are at the 3-hour mark, and me and Clark, we gotta be up early for another live. So I'm gonna be shutting this down. Thank you guys for coming in, hanging out. Everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out this late again, which I thought I didn't want. I was gonna do not another 3 hour today, but check this out. We're gonna do a live in the morning, and we might be on tomorrow night again at 10 o'clock. Don't forget to check out the Saturday Stroll. I'm gonna be part of it this time, and it starts at 6 p.m. with Sherry's and Sunsets. Then 7 p.m. we have the 4 or 5 premieres going on right after that, and probably 10 o'clock. Mike?
Yeah.
10 o'clock tomorrow night will probably be on again with another live. So come on over and join us tomorrow. Thank you everybody for hanging out today. Thank you guys for hanging out in the panel with me. keeping up the two mics on their requirement here, which I really like. So we're keeping up with that. So I appreciate everybody being here. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you in a couple hours. Well, then, that's stay out of trouble.